target in sight. This one is Megan with camera. And I only watched about 20 seconds before I decided that I was going to have to do one of these things that I do, because they're so fun. And instead of thinking them to myself, I decided to start recording them and sharing them with you. And thank you all who keep watching, by the way. But we'll talk more about that some other time. Let's get into this, because I've been told my videos are too long and I talk a lot, so I'm sorry about that. We'll save it for Google Hangouts or something. That doesn't mean all my videos are going to be short, people, because that's impossible! Anyway, on with this bullshit. Let's see here. There we go.
Yep, you guessed it. I'm a feminist. Who would have thought? A small blonde white girl jumping on yet another bandwagon. How outstandingly radical. How radical of me to raise the voices of trans women.
Wait. How are you doing that? Is this happening because of your association? It's like when you join the club, it's empowered. They get power from you. I mean, I guess if you repeat all the bullshit you hear, then yes. But communism worked the same way. Anyway.
Radical of me to empower black women.
How are you empowering black women with those eyebrows? I'm just saying. Everyone else notices. I'm just saying. No, I'm serious. I saw, well, I mean, they might be a wig. But, no, not the eyebrows. How are you doing this by just being part of the club? Everyone should feel better now that you're a member. Right? Right.
How radical of me to have some basic human comprehension of equality for all, regardless of social fact.
Implying that people who are not feminists do not possess this. Shaming tactic number one. Typical feminist tactic number one.
Let us focus for just one moment on my description of self. I just detailed myself as a small blonde white girl within the first few seconds of this slam, and that's exactly the problem. I felt the need to dumb myself down in order to get a point across.
Wait, you are small, you are blonde, and you are white. So how does that make you dumb? Well, how is that a dumb description of you? I mean, fuck. No, it's just gonna make the video very long if I get into examples of how this is dumb. We're just gonna say this is dumb, right? Because most of us agree? Most of us agree? Okay, we do.
Call myself a feminist, and I'm complying to the exact patriarchal value system that I'm trying to fight against. Welcome to the world of internalized misogyny.
No, not everything that is non-feminist or anti-feminist equals out to internalized misogyny. That's just a way to shame people that don't think like you. You're just repeating bullshit that you've heard that was cultivated 30 and 40 years ago by commies to create a fucking generation of whiny bitches that will interfere with the way things are done, and that is exactly what's happening.
When I grew up in a world where my gender was constantly put down, it's not surprising that I began to take this as gospel.
So wait, now that you're feminist, you no longer grow up in this world, so therefore being a feminist just ends the world that is against you, and therefore you don't have a reason no longer to be a feminist, right? Because the world's now perfect. Using the past tense. Anyway, I'm giving you a hard time. I know you didn't really mean that, but shit.
Move towards a concept of acceptance that I would never be as good as the boys in my life.
You couldn't come to this idea without being a feminist? Fuck you, you're a retard. A lot of people can come to this idea without being a feminist. That everyone's just, it's a meritocracy. The things you're good at will get you praise, the things you're bad at might not. And the things that you are intentionally bad at, yet want to be praised for, will get you not praise, but criticism, that you will turn and call, aggressive fucking moves against me and harassment and terrorism, oh.
That's what is leading us to subtle matters of misogyny peppered into the social constructs of virginity and the so-called myth of female sexuality.
Just repeat what your leaders tell you.
But I am the one who fights my inevitable internalized misogyny. I'm the one with intersectional feminist in my Twitter bio. Some would deem that stupidity. Stupidity, because from the moment I identify with this F word, I'm opening myself up to a world of criticism. I've branded myself with an ugly red mark that suddenly makes me an angry little girl who cannot be taken seriously.
Well, this is an inevitable thing, right? You're going to have a debate. You're going to be wrong. You won't be able to prove it. And then you will become the angry little girl. Okay? You'll block someone for just being right. Or you would just be so angry at them that you have no way to prove the things you or feminism claims in the first world. Ayaan Hirsi Ali, there's a feminist. You don't really hear her name on the lips of feminists much. I wonder why that is. Why is that? It's because you're bitching about manspreading and how you are overrepresented at universities. Actually, you say under, but it's really over. And how numbers are hard, and you want an even scoreboard, not an even playing field when it comes to government and jobs. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm obviously too young to understand. I should keep myself away from matters that don't concern me and go back.
Well, you should at least do some reading, from viewpoints that are opposite and see how much sense they might make. I mean, really, I started out as a feminist, and now I'm not. So don't tell me to do any, because I've done it. But you obviously have not.
Simple tasks like drawing pretty pictures. And that is exactly my reason for being a young feminist. I'm a young feminist not because I'm hopping on any bandwagons, but because I'm sick and tired of being told where my interests should lie by old men.
Who's telling you? Who told ya? Who's stopping you? Nobody! But you're crying about it.
My social unawareness is definitely not something to look down upon, for perhaps I understand more about gender and race.
No, your smarmy bullshit attitude is what we look down upon. It's not your social awareness. Get off the cross, bitch.
The average member of the populace. It wouldn't be fair for me to keep that quiet, surely. But still, you laugh and jest when I tell you I'm a feminist.
No, we laugh and jest at this level of passion you have, and you don't know that people for years have been doing this, and still, only maybe 20% of the population of the USA, at least, claims to be a feminist. I bet it's similar in the good old, jolly old, briny, blighty England. Anyway, just saying.
Because women are equal anyway, and if anything, it should be called equalitism.
Yeah, it fucking should, you dummy. If we want to talk about dictionaries.
Oh, how misguided.
Misguided, yes, it's so misguided because we really need it to kind of center on women, because we are not saying women have it worse, but they have it worse. It's about equality, but women have it worse, and should say so in the name.
If you've ever been to any state school, you will notice the use of the words whore and slut every day.
And dick, and asshole, and player, and pimp, and scrub, and skeezer, and geezer, and loser. Right? And cock. Oh, you're so balls, you bell-end, you knob. Fuck off.
Usually used to reduce girls who have a lot of sex, or girls who somehow look like they have a lot of sex, or girls who wear short skirts.
And this isn't said by everybody. You're acting like everyone talks this way. Only feminists talk this way about women they perceive as being prettier and more popular than them, and stupid dudes talk that way. Not everybody's like that. Not even close. But for feminism to be valid, it has to be more than close, right? It has to be so very close or totally like that. Like everyone, like really everyone thinks you are a slut.
Or girls who have a lot of male friends, or girls. Full stop. No explanation needed.
Right, those people are what we call assholes, not every single person necessitating a political movement on your behalf, right? But you're empowering other people by being pissed off for them. Yeah. Give us some examples of a right women don't have that men do. In Britain, or Canada, or France, or fucking USA, or any place in the free world.
That's because we live in a world where woman equals sexualized regardless of her personal...
No, a woman is only sexualized when she gets paid to do what she does, like be in a calendar, or do a voice for a sexy character, or pose to be a sexy character in a video game, or be in a, like a swimsuit catalog, or whatever it is she does that's sexy that she chose to fucking do as an adult and get paid to do because it's her fucking free choice. No, that shit's wrong if men enjoy it. She's sexualized. You put the yoke of sexualization onto her by saying that out loud because you disagree with the attention that she's getting. Yet you'd go to a slut walk and dress the same way or worse, and you just exercising your free right. Double think. Double plus good with the extra chacos, that is, yo.
Sexual habits. The whole sordid affair becomes a complete joke when you realise that in actual fact, women's sexuality appears to be a great mystery, not to be discussed under any circumstances.
Are you out of your fucking mind? When Harry met Sally, I know it happened before you were a thing, but you should look back into ancient history and see what women can get away with. Just turn on the fucking TV, turn on the goddamn television. Your argument is stupid. Fuck off.
Because we shouldn't enjoy it. Oh no, that's slutty. It seems
Men like it when women enjoy sex. Just a fucking, we like it. Sorry.
to me like a constant spiral of never-ending shame brought to our girls that nobody seems to fight against.
Prove that it's there. Prove it's there. Or that there isn't an equally matching spiral for every other type of person that you could be. A male person, a black person, a white person, Hispanic person, a rich person, poor person. There's a vortex of expectation and pain. It's different for everyone, but I'm pretty sure there is a sort of measurable middle evening out area, a level of pain that just comes with life. No matter who you are, is what I'm trying to say. A base level, this is what you get, comes in the package, here's a little bit of pain and expectation, which is cultured and tailored to your geographical location when you're born, your economic stance of your family, your ethnicity, and philosophies, and all that. Okay?
I don't want this. I didn't ask for this. I'm done being quiet about this.
Oh, God. What are you angry about, actually? What's happened that makes you so angry?
Because all the angry remarks and crude jokes are obliterated to nothing when girls across the developing world are forced to sell their bodies to provide for the husbands and children they didn't want in the first place. Arguably, I have it easy, because I'm a white, cisgendered, middle-class woman, making the importance of uplifting black and non-binary women even more significant.
You're not doing any of that shit. And women in the free world, actually, also have to resort to all kinds of illegal things, prostitution and such, to provide at times. If you have an imagination, and you can imagine a scenario, then there is a person on Earth whose life is like that, for the most part. That's the level of diversity our planet has. And that happens everywhere. And it's awful. But any energy that could be spent doing something about that now has to be spent, well, not all of this energy, but some of it, combating people like you that are whining and crying, wanting things done legally, like fucking arresting dudes for how they sit on the goddamn subway. So, yeah, you're a waste of energy. So is your movement.
Feminism is not a dirty word. It doesn't.
No, it's a fucking stupid word used by morons for the most part. There are a few that are disavowed by feminists for not being intersectional enough, i.e. communist enough. And they cling to the word. I've abandoned it. But, I'm not even talking about them. You know what? They're wise enough to know that they're not being talked about either. What's that say?
I mean you hate men. It does not mean...
No, it means you support an organization that kind of pisses on men and doesn't want to listen to them at all. But you don't hate them. But if you don't join feminism, you hate women, right? Your fucking logic is retarded.
You hate girls that have nice legs and a tan. And it does not mean that you're a bitch or a dyke. It means that you believe in equality.
Yes, but if you're campaigning against the rights of men to assemble and speak on university campuses and stuff, then you're a cunt, right? I dare you to ask me to cite this. I really do, because that means you don't watch shit. You're not aware of shit, if you don't know what I'm talking about. University of Toronto. See, that's the only clue I'll give you. So I'm pretty sure you don't know what I'm talking about.
Happy International Women's Day. Raise the voices of the hushed, and provide a helping hand to those who cannot help themselves any longer. Thanks, guys.
And do it from your bedroom. Raise the voices of the hushed. Fuck. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. I mean, was there something I can say there? No. Thanks for watching.
What? Yeah. What? Yeah. What? Yeah.